The agony and the ecstasy, the agony and the ecstasy. The ecstasy, Bryce Harper's shot to right center field, unbelievable. That was 3 hours and 48 minutes into this game. 3 hours and 48 minutes in, thought it might be over, but no, I can't believe this stuff. 3 hours and 59 minutes in, and it's done with the Braves winning. It's incredible. Ricky Bottalico, Ben Davis, I'm Michael Barkann. We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. Ruben Amaro Jr. in a few moments. Ricky Bo, all of this mess is inexcusable. There's just no way it should have ended the way it has.
That center field thing was garbage. That's something that should never happen at the major league level. And you could see Roman Quinn calling it off. He said, I got it. But the other guys, Castellanos, got to get out of the way. You can't just stand there. Get out of the way. You hear your center fielder call it, you go. Just leave. Leave the area. Instead, he keeps drifting into the play. Can't keep drifting into the play. I know you were a little upset that Quinn didn't catch the ball. If Quinn keeps going, he's running into Castellanos. Okay? So horrible play. This game, this whole game was a disaster from the start, in my opinion. You watch, I mean, Gibson busted his butt. He didn't have great stuff tonight. But, I mean, everything, like, you didn't get a real good feel until Harper hit that ball out. And even after that, you're thinking Knebel's not coming in this game.
Yeah, I really thought that they were going to slam the door on it after Harper hit the home run, Ben.
I don't know why there's never anybody available in the bullpen. They didn't have any of the back-end guys that were able to go.
Ben.
I just don't understand why nobody was able to go other than Nick Nelson in that ninth inning. Yeah, he pitched a great eighth inning. I get that. I understand that. But you got some thumpers coming up. You know, you had 9-1-2 coming up. And Swanson's been swinging a heck of a bat against the Phillies these first couple games. Why isn't anybody ready in that bullpen? Or why can't they go to these guys more frequently? I don't get it. They have these guys out there for a reason.
Yeah, to sit there and wait.
Let's see if we can get some answers from Ruben Amaro Jr. You know, Ruben, there's nothing worse than a below-average team that takes forever to finish a game, and the Phillies lead the majors in that department. Their games take longer than any other team in baseball, and when they end up like this tonight, honest to goodness, you want to bash your head against the wall. Your thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, this was a tough one, and you know, a really gutsy performance by all the guys on the mound. I mean, listen, the bullpen did a heck of a job. I mean, they really did, and it's been kind of much maligned. I too was very surprised that someone like Alvarado or someone else like Sir Anthony Dominguez was not prepared to pitch in the ninth inning there. I guess that Joe felt like with the way that Nick Nelson threw the eighth, that maybe he can just stay with him and go from there. But as we all know, and Ricky, you know as well as anybody else, I mean, those last 3 outs are a bear. And, you know, Nick Nelson is not really wired necessarily to do that job. And unfortunately, it backfired on the Phillies. And, you know, they didn't get any help with that play in the outfield. And again, that's stuff that just cannot happen at the major league level. And it's happened far too many times, and we watch it. The Braves do it. You've seen the Phillies do it, and that's one of the reasons why both these teams are under 500.
Ruben, from my point of view, that play, you could clearly see Roman Quinn calling that baseball. And doesn't Castellanos have to get the heck out of the way once he hears him?
So the part of this that maybe you did not see was that you had Castellanos with his arm up because he was calling it at the same time. So when you have an outfielder who has the arm up, to me, it's clearly the center fielder's ball. The center fielder needs to take command and take charge and catch the baseball. But at the same time, when you have two guys who want to go catch it, and then you have your one off outfielder with his hand up, it then creates some confusion for me as a center fielder. I'm the general of the field in the outfield. I'm going to go catch this baseball, and Roman Quinn's done some very good things in the last couple of games here, but that was a very, very costly mistake, and things that just can't happen. It's unfortunate, but to yet two guys who were kind of converging, and they were probably yelling at the same time. Sometimes you cannot hear the other guy yelling when you are yelling at the same time. But again, that ball needs to be caught.
At least he showed emotion. You know what's odd? You see the dugout, it's not like they're going nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, back when I played, if you
get
hit
pumped.
a big home run like that, you're going out of your mind in the dugout.
Can we talk about that and I kind of said something to Ruben there about that. But again, 338 pitches thrown. To sit through a ball game like that, it's not easy if you're just sitting there on the bench knowing you might have a chance. To get yourself mentally and physically prepared to go up there for those 5 at-bats that he had tonight, it takes a different kind of animal. And again, he's still trying to get accustomed to this whole designated hitter thing. But to have that mental fortitude, to have that, knowing the situation, knowing what's going on, studying pitchers, and going up there and actually getting a pitch to hit, that is not easy to do. But Bryce Harper found a way. That shows you how professional he is as a player and how much he takes upon himself to go out there and do his job.
Yeah. He's a beast.
And there will be no greater struggle to overcome than his emotions post-game. We're going to hear from Bryce Harper in a little bit.
Before we go to Joe, I just want to say something. We've been saying for the last month, oh, well, you know what, the defense is holding up. Sooner or later, it was going to rear its ugly head. It has just started.
Yeah, and it's damning. It really is. It just should not have happened. All right, here's Joe Girardi post-game. What can he say?
That thing is right there to win it. Where was Sir Anthony or Alvarado? Why Nick Nelson?
Alvarado was available. Sir Anthony was not available. Corey was not available. Familia was not available. String of right-handers they had. Nelly had just thrown the ball extremely well. So, I mean, we were short, really short tonight in the bullpen.
Is Sir Anthony
He should be back tomorrow. No, he just needed another day.
And there was, I know you don't like to push the third day, but given the fact that you rallied back, there was no chance of Canable?
Well, I mean, he had a really tough inning. Let's see, I don't even know what today's Tuesday. A tough inning on Sunday. Yesterday he threw. It's early in the year. No.
And Alvarado was available?
He was available, yeah.
Why did you like Nick on the second inning over Alvarado?
Well, Nick's throwing the ball well. He threw the ball well in the 8th. If I go to Alvarado there and they tie it up, I'm in a big mess, right, in that sense. And with the string of right-handers, they had 5 right-handers in a row coming up. I stuck with Nell.
Sir Anthony I think he didn't pitch yesterday, but 11 on Sunday. So why he wasn't available?
Yeah, I just said that.
Okay.
He needed another day. I mean, he's had multiple innings, and sometimes it'll go down as 1 inning, but it might be an out for one guy, 1 inning, and then he goes back out. I consider that a 1+. So he wasn't available.
And what did you get? I mean, Castellanos and Quinn just got their signals crossed, or?
Yeah, it looked like Nick was camped under it, and Quinny came in. Maybe he called it late, and it's loud, and I'm not sure what happened. I'll have to get to the bottom of it.
Is this just an excruciating loss? Because you don't get good work from Norwood, but Harper almost single-handedly keeps you in this thing.
Yeah, it's really frustrating because you look at how Gibby had to battle through his 5 innings. He threw 105 pitches in 5 innings. He was about 50 after 2, and he just kept grinding it out. And we had a chance, and we weren't able to close the deal.
Yeah. Falter was scratched tonight in Lehigh.
Not sure why.
Nothing to do with anything going on here?
Not sure why.
Okay. Do you think Castellanos, he had a couple big at-bats and left a man at second, struck out. Do you think I know you're pinched in the outfield, but do you think he looks like he needs a day off?
No, I've talked to him. No, he feels good. He's just scuffling, He had 2 hits last night. He had another hit tonight. He's just struggling a little bit right now.
Maybe Bryce Harper, unfortunately, has tears. Let's hear from Bryce after the game.
Does this one just totally rip at you and gnaw at you? Because, you almost single-handedly willed this team to a victory tonight, and you guys couldn't hold it in the ninth.
Yeah, you don't like the outcome. I don't think any time you like the outcome of losing, especially, losing a game like that. I thought we battled back the best we could. I thought we battled back as a team the best we could. And then we had the lead there in the 9th, and, it just didn't go our way right there. So as of right now, I know there's a lot of people in there that, are pretty upset, about losing. But we got to turn the page. Can't sulk in. We got a game tomorrow. Got to go get Morton and, go from there.
Is it disappointing to hear that some of your big guns aren't available on a given night in the bullpen?
I think that's how the game works. That's
you're out there playing with a tear in your elbow.
Excuse me, I'm sorry?
You're playing with a tear in your elbow.
Yeah, I think that's how the game's always been, since I've been playing. So when the guy's down, the guy's down. I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Feel like you're getting your timing back?
I'm sorry?
Feel like you're getting your timing back? I mean, it looked like it today, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I've been pretty frustrated with not getting it back, kind of right when I did. So, I mean, slowly but surely it's coming back. So, I mean, getting the shot and having to take 5-6 days off, big league pitching, it's tough to kind of get back, and it's going to take you a few days. So, if I can just keep with it, stick with it, I'll be where I need to be, and hopefully helping this team each night trying to win games. Just frustrating that it had, kind of takes its time to get to where I am.
Are you?
Phillies bullpen. Man, James Norwood, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. No. Andrew Bellotti, an inning. Okay.
He actually saved that game at that given time.
At that point, you're right.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah,
he did a fine
nice job.
Mr. Hand gave up a hit, and then Nick Nelson gave up the winning run.
Well, Nelson pitched good in 1 inning and not so good in the 2nd inning.
But there's a matter of Corey Knebel, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Connor Brogdon, Juris Familia. They are all unavailable to go, and that was the question we alluded to that Jim Salisbury asked Bryce Harper. But you're playing with a tweaked elbow. You're playing with a tear in your elbow ligament. These guys can't come out and pitch. And Joe Girardi has said from the jump, I will always err on the side of protecting my players physically. He has said that before.
I understand that, but back in the day, I think, what did we pitch with 6, 7 relievers? They're now with 9, and you still have 4 guys that can't pitch? Well, Joe, maybe you should look at yourself and say, whoops, I shouldn't get everybody up every night. How about have a plan like that, unless you definitely need everybody? If you're wearing everybody out like this, that should be a clue.
Yeah, the other thing, Ben, Jose Alvarado, Joe Girardi said, was available, does not choose to use him.
No, but he got him up anyway. And that's the more concerning thing. You can come into a game, if you warm up and go into a game, or you just warm up the bullpen, you get hot to come into a game. In my opinion, that's the same as coming into a game, because you're going out 100% in that bullpen. I've warmed guys up where they are ready to go. They wave their cap. I'm good to go, skipper, send me in. And they don't come in the game, and they are hot. They are ticked off because they didn't get to go. Why did I do all this work if I'm not going to a ball game? That takes a toll on a relief pitcher throughout the course of the season. I don't understand why these 4 guys weren't available. You would think that maybe there'd be a guy to say, hey, Joe, I understand your three games in a row thing, but if you want me to go tonight, I'll have my spikes on ready to go down that bullpen.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that would be a case.
I was one of those guys that never played that game. I don't think I would ever go into a coach's office. I was afraid to. You didn't want to go in there and say, I can't pitch tonight.
You had surgery because of it. Your arm was hanging off because of it.
I think Ben's more right. I think getting up in the bullpen and down the bullpen, I mean, there were games. I could tell you that there's an opening day that I pitched here at Shea Stadium, and I was up and down in the bullpen, I'd say 5 times before I got into the game. So you tell me what really destroys you.
Yeah,
and then I pitched. I was in 3 separate innings as a quote unquote closer.
And one of 6 relievers, not 9.